IBM had a governor that if we built our own libraries, our own quantum libraries from scratch, we would be able to do more, and we were. But also what we found is we experimented with different types of quantum computers. So we built a quantum computer that was based off of black hole mechanics, for example, right? We built another one that was based off of cosmic rays. And we found that our cosmic ray simulated quantum supercomputer was the fastest, and we were able to scale to billions of qubits primarily because of the natural embedded error correction. So quantum computers are inherently unstable because they're trying to isolate these small particles, and they have to get the particles to stand still and do what they want, right? Like what you could imagine, could be difficult. And so you need error correction in order to stabilize those qubits. And with our cosmic ray supercomputer, what we found is that the Earth's atmosphere has a natural way, essentially filtering rays that come through, right? The Earth's atmosphere, in order to ensure that what the Earth wants and what's not harmful is what essentially passes through. So essentially it's stabilizing in a sort of way these cosmic rays to make the most utility out of them. And so with our cosmic ray supercomputer, essentially the error correction rate is phenomenal, right? Which allows us to be able to scale to these large dimensions where other supercomputers like our black hole supercomputer or the one based off of melanin mechanics didn't have that inherent error correction attached to it. So essentially we have to look at systems in nature and look at which systems in nature have these naturally embedded error correcting dynamics and mechanics. And so in order to optimize computation, that's the realm that we've gone. We've gone away, thinking about, how can we create the next wafer, right? That's going to take computation forward. Rather, we've been looking at how can we look at systems that are already performing at high levels in nature, right? Like we built a computer programming language based off of neutrino mechanics called ILLING. So it's the infinite interplanetary language neutrino. And so
I have to pause you there a bit. I did not get most of it. So, I'm very basic in quantum computer, and I'm sure many people who are listening are as well. So, when you mentioned that, a quantum computer has about 28 qubits, what I know about quantum computer is the fastest supercomputer that we have right now, if it has to solve a very complex problem, it might take about 10,000 years to solve it, right? And a quantum computer can solve it in 6 minutes. That's a huge difference. That's as far as I know, and many people know that that's how fast quantum computer is. How are you matching it with nature? That's what very important is. What is quantum computer built of? How does it take photons? And how does nature come into place? Like, Earth's atmosphere and cosmic rays. How does that work in quantum computer? Because in my mind, quantum computer is just another computer, but a much faster thing. It may be built of different materials. So we have to go to
Yes.
basics a bit.
Okay, so let's think about what computation is at the most basic level, right? At the most basic level, you're trying to automate a human thought process, right? You're trying to create a artificial brain. That's essentially what a computer is, right? And so inherently, a computer is mimicking a biological process, but it's not doing it in the most efficient way because all of our biological processes or the building blocks of our biology are not bytes, right? They're not two-dimensional. And
Right.
so,
So I,
and
I want to
so,
say I want to say there, for everyone. So how computers mimic humans is that, maybe our hard disk, is the gray cells that human has, and
yep,
the memory system, and at the same time, RAM is our central nervous system, which runs quite fast to exchange information. that's how we emulate the human mind, and many other things like CPU and everything is there. Am I correct there? That's
Yes.
how we started mimicking the human system. Yeah.
Yep.